Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Well, it's been a little while since we did one of these. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin!
Yeah.
We love you, Kevin!
Oh, man, so good to have that back.
Oh, it's not going away. Ever since you read that one email, how annoying it was, ramping it up to a 10.
A lot of people like it, though, too. It just kind of depends on where you're from, you know?
Sure, I get it.
Yeah.
You just do you, bird.
That's all I can do, Virginia.
That's all you can do. So, yeah, what exactly is going on here today? We do have some stuff that's non-hurricane related, which is going to be fun as hell to talk about.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, right?
I can't talk anymore about it.
Yeah.
Jay Bird said he's just hit a wall.
Well, I just...
Because you guys have been in it. You've
Yeah, I
been,
know.
like, just living through it and the
Yeah.
stress of it, and it
Yeah.
weighs on you.
Well, I love being informative and trying to help people out. I just, after a while, I must have said Uncrustables, that word, over 20 times. Someone sent me an email and said, don't you ever say the word Uncrustable again. I'm driving to the station. I'm going to fight you. You start running out of shit to say.
Well, the address is...
Bring it on. Bring it on.
The thing that's really tough is, you know, just even walking down the hall, it's people that have power, people that don't. And when you don't have power, your whole world is turned upside down. You're living a different life. You know, you really are. And you're agitated. And I was talking to our boss, Leo, and he's like, I must have taken 8 cold showers between midnight and 6 last night, trying to get my body cool enough to fall asleep.
Ugh.
And couldn't. And so they're tired, they're cranky, things aren't normal, and they're not in their routine. And so your whole life is just screwed. And then everybody else is just kind of skipping around like, you know, everything, you know, for me, we're pretty normal.
Well, that's what was kind of weird. On one end, we'd get a call or a comment saying, thank you guys for being on. Thank you for keeping it light. We appreciate it. It's a good distraction. And then the next comment would be, you guys aren't giving us more updates. Quit talking about bullshit. We want to know where ICE is at. So it's everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody was different.
I mean, you got the tales of two societies going on right now. And that to me is the weirdest thing because you can't make either one happy. So, you know, we're trying to dance a little bit in both worlds, but the second you tiptoe on the other side, then people get pissed off. But hey, you know what? Fuck all of you.
Yeah. Quit talking about Uncrustables, you fuckface. I'm like, that's all I got.
That's all you can say. You know?
He talks about what he knows.
That's all.
He's eaten in the past week, and he ate like 3 cases.
I've been very open with the audience. I said, guys, I'm out of material. I got nothing left.
One of the people with no power, I have not, Brian sent an email, and it's about Virginia's housing offer that she threw out earlier. I believe you had some comments about that if somebody's got power and they don't share their place and they're kind of an asshole.
Yeah, I just reached out to like 4 of my friends. None of them have power, and I just told them, come over. Just come over tonight.
Yeah, you would open your home to anybody.
Well, not anybody.
Well, you're right. I don't know what I was saying.
I have to know them.
Anybody that you know, I should
Right,
say.
absolutely.
Well, Brian emails all the time, and he said, I have no water or electricity in Jupiter Farms, and since I listen to Virginia, run her mouth every day, I would say that we're friends, so tell her I'm going to be at her house at about 5 p.m. tonight. Ask her what's for supper, and I like my bed turned over at about 9. So,
Okay, yeah.
a couple housing requests here, so Brian will be by a little bit later.
I would love to take you in, Brian.
What's your gate code? What's the code to get in?
There's no gate code. It's a person.
Well, that's right. I guess I need to start paying attention.
So if you want to get to her house, you have to kill them.
You have to kill somebody,
Mm-hmm.
which...
Whatever. I could sneak into your place like that. I could be under your bed and you wouldn't even know it. Let me just go ahead and get that on the record.
Okay.
I could get through the gate, I could get through your house, and I could be under your bed before you could say boo.
Wow. Sounds like a challenge.
I would love that challenge.
All right, big balls, bring it.
I will. You'll be tripping on my big balls when you step out of bed.
This is from Stacy. She said, hey, thank you guys for talking about the power lineman for FPL. My hubby and I live in the acreage, and I haven't had power yet. Probably on for a while due to 2 poles snapping in half.
Oh, man.
He was deployed out for FPL down to Miami, and he also said that the first night there was no food, their hotel had no power, and it smelled like sewer, poo, and mold. So they had to sleep in their bucket trucks. Last night was a bit better, and things are getting more organized. The point being, I appreciate how you said, don't give these guys a hard time. They have to wait for the trees to be taken off of the lines. They have to wait for the tickets to do certain jobs, and also worry about getting fried. So back off, people, and bring us some ice pops or sodas, damn it. Thank you, KVJ Show, for the love you spread.
Is that the official term for power linemen? Is that what it is?
Lineman, yeah, they call them a lineman. It's confused me because I know football, so when you say a lineman, I'm thinking about somebody on the offense or defense, but that's a lineman. Also, Markello, want to give a shout-out to the server Andrea at Miller's Ale House in Boynton. They were one of the only restaurants open on Monday night after the storm. We had a little food, and we ventured out. It was packed.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's a good ale house.
When you find one that's open, you're like, oh my gosh.
I love that ale house. I just love ale house in general.
It's great. Yeah, it's a fun little place to go. It was chaos, but she was kind and helped us forget about the storm for a second. She said she had kids at home but wanted to come to work. Props to her and the whole staff there. Excellent job. So, yeah, they're going through a lot of crap. So,
and there's a lot of great people out there doing great things during a time where it's not so great.
Mm-hmm. The thing that we've done on our Facebook page today, there's more and more places that are opening up. Yesterday, we were shouting out businesses that were opening up. If you want to go out just to get a drink and get some AC, watch some TV, forget about life for a while. Sounds like it should be a song. But we posted up on our Facebook page. We're going to do that today because there's just so many. I'd be sitting here reading off a list of about 200 places.
What song is that you just said? Because it's bothering me now.
Forget about life for a while. It's Billy Joel.
Okay, jeez. That was bothering me. Like, I know that.
Yeah, it's right in your head. Just see if you'd be able to recall it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, but a lot of good places are open. So, gosh, I want to get out yesterday, and I forgot, man. I'm back to regular show schedule.
Did you work out yesterday, bro?
I did, yep. Yep.
I know.
That is one thing.
I was a little disappointed in Kevin to hear that.
You could just say, Irma. I couldn't. I just couldn't work out.
I could. That was the only thing. I went, I was talking about yesterday, Virginia, the day before the storm. I went and the lights were off. I was like, oh, thank you, God. Because I had my excuse. That's where I am with working out.
Gym's closed.
Yes. I'm one of those people that I will drag myself in there. I hate working out. I'm not a fan of it. I do it and I tell myself the entire time I got to psych myself up the entire ride to the gym. And the entire time I'm there, I'm trying to psych myself out. Like some people just like it.
So when you're driving to the gym, are you doing things like, "Come on, don't be a pussy"? Is that like how you psych yourself?
Little bit. No, I'm in my head. I'm like going, "Come on, man, you can do this." And I'm playing like stuff from my gym playlist, trying to get in the mindset because I don't want to go. I never have been like, "Man, I can't wait to get to the gym." I heard something kind of like it's a change in your thought process. I was reading some stuff and any kind of like workout articles. I kind of like try to read so I can maybe pick out stuff because I'm working out by myself now. And no more trainer, man.
Oh, that's right.
That was the number one reason why I wanted to train her was because
motivate,
willpower.
Yes.
I used to when I knew I had to be there. I had to be there at a certain time, and
accountability.
I was running out of here every day to get to the gym so I wouldn't leave him waiting. And now I kind of meander home. And if a little life roadblock comes up, I couldn't make it today because and I knew that was going to happen. So, this one person said I used to have the same thing and then I had an injury and I really couldn't run or work out. And so instead of thinking that I've got to go work out, I now have the mindset of I'm fortunate that I am able to go work out. And so if you look at that and try to take that mindset, and I don't know if you have to be disabled first to do it. So I don't know if I have to go break my leg to appreciate it. And then maybe I'll be able to psych myself out. But that's a new mindset I'm going to try today. Be like, you know what? I'm so happy I'm physically able to be in pain for 1 hour straight.
Well, if you want to break a leg, go talk to Jay Bird. I'm surprised he hasn't snapped one yet with all the crazy stuff he's done.
I tuned out on this one. I don't know what we're talking about. I'm just kidding. I heard every fucking word.
Let me see here. Got an email from Jose. Said, hey, Kev, surprised you remember my name on the regular show. Remember I was talking about him in the video games.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that because I was at Riverside Market Brewery in Fort Lauderdale, and I was just hanging out there with the Queen. And I just tweeted out, hey, I'm here if anybody's in the area. And she had a friend show up, and so they were talking about, like, you're like...
girl stuff.
Yeah, and so he showed up, and I hung out with him, so it kind of worked out. So I got to talk to Jose for a while, and we had some craft brew action. And he's from, I think, Miramar. And so he had come up and said, hey, listens to us there. And he said, yeah, all the games that I showed you, I'm just shy of 300 games. He's only into like the classic games, though.
Yeah, there's definitely people who are into the vintage kind of stuff. My
Yeah.
buddy,
Like that.
my buddy who has the toy store in Lake Park, he sells all that shit. He says albums and the old video games go like hotcakes.
Just shy of 300 games. I'm trying to collect a complete Super Nintendo library of 728 total retail games. And he goes around like it's his kind of like side business, little side hustle. And people will go, and so he'll try to like, negotiate terms on game prices and check the quality of it and stuff like that. And so he was on his way someplace like in Hollywood where somebody had a game and he's going to go check out. So
He sounds like he's doing exactly what I'm doing. I'm trying to get and collect every original Star Wars figure, the
Oh, that's
original
cool,
kind.
yeah,
And I'm not.
yeah.
I'm about halfway there, but they're really expensive a lot of times.
Yeah.
And I usually go through my buddy. They're not easy to get, and that's the first thing that usually goes these days. Star Wars stuff, that albums and the video games.
yeah, then they got these like boards that you can go on, and if you're trying to track that kind of stuff down, and somebody say, somebody gets down on their luck and they're like, I got to sell it, then they put their stuff up there, and somebody goes out and tries to grab it.
My buddy had he had a whole collection of Star Wars shit. He was really into it, and then he just kind of got out of it and sold it all. And then he's like, "Wait, I want that shit back," and he got back into it.
Oh,
but I
really?
think it's one of the because I've gone through that too, where I was collecting toys, and then all of a sudden I was so not interested in it. I didn't want anything to do with it, and then I got the Star Wars
Got the bug
figure
again.
up my ass again.
Really?
You ever put one of those up your
No,
ass?
I mean like wild hair.
Be careful, because a lot of those people wind up in the emergency room.
It's a term.
Yeah.
Jabba the Hutt does kind of look like a butt plug.
It's a term between guys who like to shove things into their ass.
Jabba the Hutt would be the hardest one to put up your butt. That thing is so big.
Oh, yeah?
As a figure?
Prove it.
As a figure, you could not.
How Jaber wound up in the ER with a Jabba the Hutt jammed up his asshole.
Yeah, no, that would be the worst toy to try.
Let's try.
You might want to go with the Tauntaun, Virginia. It's a little bit more slender.
I was trying to figure out what we were going to do on Sudden Death tomorrow, and now I know. Bring in one of those figures.
Jabba the Butt.
Yeah.
Jabba the butt. It's a great figure, but the original is a really cool figure.
It is, huh?
It is.
Not when it's stuck in your ass.
And no, to answer your question, I've never put a figure up
It's
my
real
butt.
great till it's stuck in your sphincter. It's not as awesome.
I mean, if you were to put
It's
it
got
up
some
your,
sharp points on that tail.
if you twist the head though, the tail does move, kind of like a tongue.
Oh, yeah. Oh, say no more.
I'll bring it in tomorrow.
Ooh la la.
All right, sudden death. Who's in?
So
Yeah.
let's break suits in.
He's so jumpy as it is. Can you imagine if he had a toy stuck in his ass?
Poor guy. He's been evacuated, but I think he evacuated with like
His asshole
87
hadn't been evacuated.
It looks like his mind's been evacuated. He's walking around like he smoked the biggest doobie ever.
I think he evacuated with like 87 pets and his mom and like all kinds of traffic drama. I can't imagine like trying to drive with a bunch of pets in the car and they're all jumping on you.
Yeah, he's wearing the hurricane. He's wearing it.
Ugh.
Yeah, Jose said that when he gets a complete collection of console bundles, it's worth a little short of $6,000 in value.
Okay.
Certain ones are rare. He said, since we're reminiscing, when are we ever going to schedule our food tour with the gang? Yeah, we'd talked about different places to go. I'm such a big fan of going to different bars and all that kind of stuff. And I've been through Fort Lauderdale pretty good, and Broward a little bit through Brickell. I love me some Brickell. South Beach not so much because their cocktails are fucking $20 a pop. Some places are $25. I bought my drink and then threw it back on the server.
That happened to me at the Delano. 3 drinks, $78. I was like,
Don't drink there.
What?
You know what? People in South Florida don't drink there. That's tourists.
Do not
rich
drink
Europeans,
there.
No.
This is why I travel with an ice chest.
Yeah.
And I got all drunk and made the mistake of going down to the hotel bar, and I was like, screw it. I'll splurge and buy 3 drinks.
Yeah.
What a mistake.
I am so not a fan of fancy drinking and fancy bars. I can't. I love.
Yeah, I like dive bars.
I love
Yeah.
shitholes. I like it dark.
Yeah.
I like it when it looks like the waitress or the waiter has a story.
Yeah, I've actually got a list I've been compiling just from places. I always read those lists like Miami's best bars and shithole bars and things like that. And so I write that down. I got a list like the Rusty Pelican is one. I don't know if it's a shithole, but it's like one of those places that I always see pop up, and I haven't been there yet.
So there's a thing going on too where people act like they're a dive bar and they're a shithole, but they're not.
I like those places. I still go.
They're faking being shitty.
He likes real rats in the kitchen.
Yeah, no, I
he
really
likes a real shit.
I actually kind of like the places that fake it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a poser when it comes to that.
I like the places where, the waitress's tooth may fall out and a bag of cocaine might fall. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like to leave with
Party.
There's some shady shit going on there.
Would you do cocaine with the waitress and use her tooth as a razor blade?
I would not do cocaine at all.
Jesus.
I would not do cocaine in the first place. And second of all, no.
The tooth is like a gift. That's just how you break it out.
If you were getting served and a waiter or a waitress's tooth fell out in your plate, should that meal be free?
That's so awesome.
It should be free. The whole bill should be free.
But I don't think I would take it. I think it'd just be like, you know what? No, let's call it good.
Depends where it lands.
As long as the tooth doesn't land in my food, I'm cool.
If it lands on
Really?
If the tooth lands in my food,
Done.
I'm like, no, I gotta have a new meal.
Well,
But I'm laughing hysterically the whole time. That's awesome.
I see Kevin's mind frame on this. You think that, okay, this is a tooth falling in front of us. What about the shit that fell in when we weren't looking?
Absolutely.
Are there boogers on the bun?
Oh, absolutely. No, I don't like. I'd be like, oh well, and then keep eating. No, I'm like, nah.
Those aren't sesame
well.
seeds. Those are boogers.
Yeah, yeah. I don't really. I'm not a big fan of eating. Actually, you know what? Screw dive bars. I'm gonna go nicer places. Change my
You
mind.
talked yourself out of it.
You talked me out of it too. I think I want to fake the funk as well. Let's go to a bar where a chick's not having her teeth fall out.
Mid-level. That's good enough for me. Yeah, so I actually have kind of like a running list, and I've been waiting for a Brightline to, get their act together, and I assume the storm's going to affect it because, one, they had problems anyway. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but they're already past their when they're supposed to open up. And then I can see the Brightline station when you go over that bridge in West Palm Beach, and the trains are gone. Like, they got them out for the storm, so who knows where they took them. So I'm sure that, Irma's going to throw them behind as well. Because that's what the game plan was Uber to the train station downtown West Palm, hop on, hour down, you pack a roadie with you, or like just, and you can watch like Netflix or whatever for an hour, and then boom, you get off, and then you're right there at Brickell, and you can go and check out Miami and stops in Fort Lauderdale. So that was going to be my drinking plan.
That's a perfect day.
No driving. Yeah, exactly. So I was really excited for all those, and that was going to be a thing for me. Hopefully once a month I can do that, but it's like I don't know when it's going to happen. I'd say probably late fall now. Maybe not even until the winter that we get into that. So
as soon as the Brightline opens, though, you should make that your little way that you kick off the train.
Yeah. In fact, I want to be the first person to ride it.
That'd be fun.
You can do that.
You'll
It's
never
gonna be
be
crowded that
Why not?
weekend.
because they're gonna have
They'll do a ceremonial thing.
Yeah.
Invite me. Put me on it.
By the time they do a ceremonial thing, they've already had people on that. So all those ceremony things, that's usually.
I want to be
after.
on. I don't want to be on the ceremonial.
Be the
one.
first regular guy.
Yeah, I want to be the ceremonial first ride.
Okay,
That's my goal.
we can make.
I don't aim very high.
I think we can make that happen.
I'd like to. Yeah, take me down and then bring me back all hammered. This is the first guy on the Brightline. Ah,
The first guy to barf on the Brightline.
You know, that'd be kind of neat. Do I get a plaque? Let me see. Boy, talking about getting out of here for the hurricane. Lisa Hochstein. Is that her name?
Yes.
She was on the Real Housewives of Miami.
She is the one whose husband is a plastic surgeon.
Uh-huh.
And she catches a lot of hate. But, I mean, that's what these girls do. They have private jets. They have fancy lives.
They have no talent.
They don't.
They don't have any talent. Let's call it for what it is.
So she's taking a lot of shit because Hurricane Irma is coming in, and she's posing in front of her private plane on the tarmac, getting ready to take off out of Miami.
That's how they're evacuating.
Yeah, people don't like that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, if your goal is to make people hate your fucking guts, nailed it. But I think they have to have that. They got that reputation of being divas and unlikable, and they're fucking crazy.
It just fuels it.
It's awful. I don't know how people like this shit.
Yeah.
People love to hate it.
I
People
get it.
tune in sometimes, like the Real Housewives of Orange County. I hate this one chick on there, but I do tune in to see what this one chick, Vicky is her name, what she'll say. She gets under my nerves. I think she's a crazy lunatic.
I get
but
that.
I still watch.
I understand that. I don't get the people who are genuine fans. Like, Vicky's great. She's fucking awesome. She's on a jet plane. She's doing it the way she wants to. Like, ugh.
Vicky's just being Vicky.
Vicky's being Vicky. Oh, I hate it so much.
Vic on, Vicky.
Vic on, Vicky.
Go Vic yourself.
Monday when we got in here, Virginia, we were in a little bit late. We're trying to get here, and Denny's picked me up.
Now, when you got here, were there people like sleeping in the studio? Because I can tell people crashed in here.
They were actually sleeping in the RMF studio when they came and got us because the RMF studio has the best air conditioning in any of the area.
Yeah. So we got up here, and we had to take the back stairs. And it's like 5 floors up, but somehow it seemed like 10 because it's all divided. I mean, so you go up halfway and you think you're like to the next floor and you're like only halfway to the damn floor. You're like, how tall are these ceilings? So theoretically, we went up like, I don't know, probably like 10 flights of stairs.
And me and Denny's were battling for who was the most out of shape fuckface. I mean, it was, it sounded like we were doing a beat.
So I like open the door out of breath. I'm just like exhausted. And I got this pit bull staring me in the face.
What?
I'm like, oh shit, what's about to happen? And apparently they somebody brought their dog in. And so, but for a second, like I'm all frazzled as it is. I'm out of breath. And, I see this dog. I'm like, thank God I didn't shit myself.
I did feel better when I noticed that you weren't panting like me and Denny's by any means.
Yeah.
But I could tell you were literally like, this is kind of, you struggled a little bit with the walking up the stairs. I didn't feel nearly as bad when I saw you kind of struggle.
Yeah. I mean, I think about anybody would, if you briskly walk up, 5 flights of stairs, you should have a little bit of something going.
I agree.
You should.
Unless you're a Navy SEAL, then I think
Okay,
you should have a
good.
little
I wasn't
something.
sure what the the line was on that.
Yeah, it's enough that it starts to take your breath away a little bit.
It's definitely not fun when you take that climb and then you find a pit bull looking at you.
Well, it's hard to defend
It's just
yourself.
alarming. I was like, oh gosh, I'm not ready for this. Like, I don't have the energy to escape. I'm just gonna lay down. And if it was not friendly, I was just gonna lay down and let it eat
It
me.
was so friendly, and it's such
So
a
friendly.
sweet dog. Oh, I was basically
amazing.
making out
So
with
you
the
shit
thing.
yourself for nothing.
Oh, he'll tell you he's a pussy.
Yeah, the dog is just
What do
really
Kevin and the dog
kick-ass.
have in common? They both shit on the rug.
Yeah. So then we come in here and we're trying to get like all strapped in, and then my phone's ringing. I'm like, Denny's, I don't know, can you answer this? And then we're trying to go through calls, and like we went through one call and like things just aren't working right. And the second call, it's like Dave's on the line, like going, hey, what's up, Dave? And I'm like, this voice sounds familiar. I'm like, who is this?
It was weird because he had said, "Hey, is Virginia there?" Like, almost like he knew something. But I just thought it was someone listening to the show.
Yeah.
So I start, oh no, it's Virginia. I'm right here. I was doing your voice, but he started talking over me, and I was talking over him. So nobody knew what the fuck was happening. It was kind of uncomfortable.
And then there's another female voice that's coming from his end. And you're like, wait, who is this? And I'm like going, oh, wait. And then it clicked to me. I'm like, this is Dave Ryan and Fallon at KDWB in Minneapolis.
We were live over there, over there, and
so they had us on.
He didn't tell you ahead of time.
Because here they had sent me a text that they were going to be trying to get a hold of us to put us on. And so he called from a number that I didn't recognize. And so, I've got like his cell, so he didn't call from the cell because he called from a studio number. And so I'm like, Denny's, can you just whatever? And so all it said was Dave on the call screen. And I'm like, hey, Dave.
The girl starts talking. I go, why is there a girl just like talking? And then she comes back with, why is there some annoying guy talking about me? I'm like, what is going on here?
It was mass chaos.
I wasn't trying to get into a fight with
Fallon.
Fallon.
Yeah.
I'm glad their sassy girl got on your shit in my absence.
Oh, if she only knew how used to it I am.
Yeah. So, but it was chaotic, and I felt bad because I'm like, we were just so frazzled with everything that was going on. But it's a good friend of mine, Dave Ryan, and so a lot of people who listen to us listen to them, either like on iHeart or something like that. And so
we basically sucked in 2 cities.
we did. Yeah, it was great. I'm like, oh, awesome. Yeah, it's because people like Minneapolis going, gosh, what?
I was looking at Kevin, I go, what the fuck is going on here, man?
And I know Dave, and through half the call, I'm like, what's going on?
Well, you know what?
Looking at Denny, I'm like, who is this? He's like, I don't know. I'm
Halfway
like,
through, I'm like, all right, this has got to be a radio guy. His voice was polished, and he had
amazing pipes.
They've got good reverb on their microphone. I could hear a little bit, and it had some balls behind it.
Yeah, I had that KDWB magic on it. And so a couple people heard. Ashley's like going, the stars just aligned. My 2 favorite morning radio shows just spoke to each other on the air. My life is complete. So,
Aww.
yeah, so I know a lot of people listen to both shows.
He's a funny dude. I like him a lot.
Yeah, Dave's an amazing guy. When I first was thinking about getting into radio, he was on in Columbus at WNCI, a big radio station there. 97.9 is actually their frequency in Columbus. huge station, kind of like WRMF is here in South Florida. And so he was on the morning show. And when I started thinking about doing radio, I was listening to him a good bit. And then as I got into radio, he had moved to Minneapolis, and he's been there for 20 years now. So that's how long it's been. But yeah, he was somebody I kind of grew up listening to.
I felt so bad when we did that boot camp. That's the thing where all the radio people get together. It's a convention. I'd met him, and I only knew him through you and through, just some of the prep sites that we do. And I was really drunk. And I go, Dave, what's up, man? I saw that one video of you eating the onion. Oh, it's so fucking funny. He was so nice.
Yeah, he's a real nice guy.
The next day, I was even more drunk.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, Dave Ryan, no way, man. I saw that video of you eating that onion. It was fucking awesome. Completely forgot that I had the same conversation. And Marianne, our producer at the time, she goes, you sound like such a fuckface right now. You had that same conversation with him yesterday. I go, I did? Oh, shit. So he might think I have a drinking problem, which he would be correct.
He would be correct. Yeah, no, he's a cool, mellow dude, but very creative guy. And so we talk back and forth and share a good bit of ideas and stuff like that. So I totally admire what he does. And probably I'd say out of all the radio shows that are in America, they may be the most similar to ours. So,
I would agree with that.
Yeah. So if you're out of our content and you've listened to all our stuff, then go check them out. So very cool to hear how many people listen to both shows. Tanya here sent an email. She said, hey, why hasn't there been these spouse podcasts yet? Having Kim, Jen, and Panda come and talk about you guys with Jason moderating hasn't happened already, or did I miss it? My favorite part of the show is when you guys talk about your personal issues.
Well, I am ready to go, and let me just say, I like to stir some shit up.
Today's a good day to ask Panda because he's in a great mood.
I think it would be great. It's really just a matter of getting your people here. I've already got how this thing's going to go. I've got questions. I've got a lot of shit that I want to get the answers to.
Okay.
You guys cannot be present.
Right.
I don't want to be present.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. We'll have to figure out what the schedule is. But yeah, we ought to work on that. I think it's with everything, we're just kind of like testing the waters on, trying to see, what we can do and when.
It'd be better if you taped it ahead of time and did it like on a weekend, at least for Panda. When he's not working, he busts his balls during the week.
I would like everyone to be loose, not worried about a time frame kind of a thing. Let's really get people to talk.
Yeah. So we'll.
I'll get them to talk. Don't you worry.
My man's available this weekend.
Talking about her personal life, Keith said, hey, I was listening to an older podcast about the dating game with Jaybird. Love how y'all talk about getting those listeners you hooked up ASAP on the following Monday, but don't get on Jason's ass. He thinks 10% or less of the listeners doesn't think his love life is interesting. Take a vote. Put a poll on Facebook or something. If he's right, okay, drop it. If he isn't, then it's time to start sharing some details. Just like we were expecting from those other people from the dating game. Jason, hop off your high horse for content.
Oh, shit.
Not on a high horse.
You high horse fuck.
If you guys want to get into it, we can get into it real quick. But I'm not trying to come off like a fuddy-duddy. I did not want to do that dating game. I didn't want to do it. That happened live on the air. I didn't want to be a shit face and say, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I wasn't comfortable doing it for a lot of reasons, for many reasons that I don't really want to get into.
Have you texted that girl at all?
I've texted her.
Okay, all right. You guys got a plan on when you might see each other?
I don't know. Didn't something just happen? I don't know. A hurricane? Yeah.
That's what I'm just saying. I mean,
why didn't you want to hunker down with her? That'd have been nice. Mm-hmm. Could have learned a lot about each other.
I was learning more about Denny's and Jen. I still got more. I still want to learn about them. Yeah,
You already know about them. We need to get you hunkered down with some chick action.
Yeah, I don't like talking about it because when I do talk about it, I get defensive and then people are like, get off your fucking high horse, bird.
Are you going gay on us?
No, I'm not going gay. It's every time I've talked about anything with a relationship on the air, I don't know, within a month after, it kind of fucking blows up in my face.
That's going to happen anyway.
Oh, okay.
Whether you talk about it or not.
Yeah, okay.
Probably a good point, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what you people want from me.
I mean, we want the juice. People I know, I like the details.
Yeah.
I just like to know what you're up to.
It's fascinating.
Who you licking on these days?
Mm-hmm. Just checking it out. Okay. But no pressure.
And I'm sure I'm getting destroyed in the chat room. Oh,
no, people
Bird's
saying
got
leave
his
Jaybird
period.
alone. And I'm not trying to, won't pick on you. Just,
You're not picking on me.
No, we don't want to pick on you.
sound a little fun.
I'm just really curious.
I
like to know what's going on.
I understand that. I get it. I hear you. I understand what you're saying. I'm repeating myself, so clearly I'm uncomfortable.
One story we'd be talking about, if all this hurricane stuff wasn't going on, Ted Cruz, you remember him? He wanted to be president.
Yes.
He's that real conservative Republican. One time he was going against that bill for against sex toys. Wasn't a big fan of sex toys, which is kind of funny because he found himself fending off some embarrassing questions from the press corps yesterday. Apparently something had happened, a staffing issue, they called it, for a late-night Twitter snafu. Apparently his Twitter account liked a risque clip from a page called Moms Bang Teens 20 that was on his official feed.
So what now? What was that called again?
Moms Bang Teens 20.
Yeah.
So there was 19 before it?
Oh, that's what they do. There's always so many unanswered questions from the movie before.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like stepmom fantasy porn. It's kind of like what it is.
What's all? Any of that stuff is categorized as role play porn.
Yeah, and so there was a video, and somebody on the Ted Cruz account, he says it's a staffing issue, like a staffer accidentally liked the video. And so somebody saw this going, what, Ted Cruz liked this video? And so, of course, whoever's running the Moms Bang Teens 20 sees that, like, wait, that's a verified account. They
Retweet.
screenshot it and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, yeah, and when that happens, you can't say anything except, yeah, it happened, and okay. And so he was just getting grilled. It's like, okay.
But why?
He blames it on a staffer? What was their name? Oh, we don't want it. We're dealing with it internally. Are they going to be fired? We're dealing with it internally. We're talking about the right things. Are they going to have access to your account again? And the best question is, was it you, Ted Cruz?
But why would Ted Cruz like something like that, knowing this would probably happen?
Here's how it happened. He was scrolling through, looking at porn stuff.
Yep.
Accidentally, his thumb hit the
Yeah,
like
it
button.
is, yeah.
He didn't realize it happened. He kept scrolling, went about his business until the firestorm.
Yeah, because I know because as soon as I saw this, I started laughing because I know on our Twitter, I never look for any porn on my own personal account. I put on the KVJ in case I accidentally hit like. I can blame it on one of 3 different guys.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So if people come back and be like, Kev's trolling for porn again, I'd be like, no, that was Bird, obviously. That was Bird.
Suits.
Yeah, so I started laughing when I saw that. I'm like going, so, if he's smart, and I don't know, he probably only has that one account, so he's probably only got the one thing. So, it easily could have been somebody else who was doing the same thing. I can promise you it had to be an accident. Like, somebody's not going to be that dumb.
No.
It's in charge of somebody like going, yeah, let's like this. Because, and they're like, they hit it, and then that moment, we've all had that. Oh. Where you've done something, you hit send, whatever it was, and you're like, oh shit! Oh my gosh, that went through. Oh, and you can't. You're trying to. You're like, how do I recall this? And you're panicking, and you're like going, how do I get that back? I can't let anybody see that.
Like the time I was scrolling through Facebook and I read this post, and it was so sad. My grandma passed away. I'm devastated. But right underneath was another post that was hilarious, completely unrelated. It was my friend's post, and it was something funny. And I type in, dude, that is so hilarious, but I typed it underneath the grandma post. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I hope your grandma comes back to life. It was terrible.
I hope your grandma comes back to life.
I mean, it was fuck. Because I look like such a dick.
That's how you do.
Come on, Bird. What are you doing?
Well, with the Ted Cruz thing, it's not like something like that would be in your feed because they weren't following the account. So they had gone into the search and deliberately had typed in Moms Bang Teens 20, which isn't just something it could have been, I don't know,
it's very
Moms.
very specific.
It's very specific.
Moms Bank Teens 20? No, it wasn't like nothing like that. So somebody deliberately went to that account and then they accidentally click like. And so he's trying to fend it off and he won't roll over on anybody, which when you won't, kind of makes it look like, all right.
It was you.
It was you.
It was you, teddy bear.
And as the guy who didn't want sex toys, why do you want sex toys?
Well, Kev, because a lot of times politicians...
He doesn't want you to have sex toys.
I mean...
But he's probably got a closet full of dildos.
That's the conservative approach that I don't get. And my parents, they're right-wingers. They're very conservative. And I remember one time my dad came to me because we were having a sex toy party with Virginia. He's like, oh, is that the kind of stuff that you should be doing on your radio program? Setting a bad example.
You're
I
like,
said,
Pop, people like
and-
to flick the bean.
Well, I mean, here, my defense was, as I said, there are a lot of married couples.
It's mostly couples.
Yeah, that
We
like
made it
this
a
stuff.
couples thing.
And I said, is there anywhere in the BIBLE where it says that you can't have sex toys? And I mean, it talks about how you should have a great relationship when you're married to somebody. So I said, you know, if that's the case, where do you go buy this stuff? If you're going to outlaw not have sex toy parties, where do people get this stuff? And you want to keep it spicy, right? Because you don't want them to lose that sexual desire and then take their attentions elsewhere.
Having someone masturbate while you maybe caress them or kiss them, very erotic, very nice.
So I kind of turned around. I said, my argument was like, I think this was God's plan to have sex toys. I didn't go as vocal as that. I lay it out for my dad, but he was like, all right, okay. And he's laid off of me on sex toys ever since. So, which is odd. You don't really ever want to have a discussion with your dad anyway about sex toys. So thank God.
That was the time to step it up and send him one for Christmas.
I don't know if we want to go that far, Virginia.
No, we're trying to make people peaceful, but I'm with you, man. If you got it, jerk it.
What if you don't have it?
I can flick it. Rub it.
All right, well, there
I'm
you
just
go.
saying, if you got privates, go ahead.
Sage
Explore.
advice, yeah.
Explore.
All right.
What's your over-under on Jaybird masturbation during Hurricane Irma?
You ain't got numbers. Don't go that high. Look, I explored myself a little bit. There's no shame.
Did you watch any of Moms Who Like to Bang Teens 20?
No, I'm more into the earlier. I like the 11, 12, 13 series.
You're old?
No. No.
Whoa.
11, 12, 13-year-olds?
Part 11.
Oh, my
Part
God.
12. Part 13.
You might not want to admit that out loud.
No.
You just admitted on the radio
No.
you're into kitty porn.
I did not admit that.
Kevin, quick, end the show.
I did not admit that. You said, what's the name of the movie?
Barring a further FBI investigation, we have to end this podcast.
What's the name of the movie again?
Don't get me into it.
Number 8. I was trying to say the sequel, part 11, part 12, part 13.
Oh, you left the part out.
It was a joke that did not go well.
Oh, I thought it went great.
Shut the fuck up. God, can we erase this podcast, please?
No. In fact, we'd ask you to share this with everyone you know, please.
You guys know what I'm at.
Pass it along.
Fuck y'all.
Looking for a place to go? Bud's Chicken and Seafood. Do you know how many of their locations are back open?
I believe they all are.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I know they were serving food the day after the hurricane. So
Nice.
Yes.
Right.
Still
Awesome.
the chicken deal going on. 3 large pieces for $3.99. Side of your choice. $3.49. 2 pieces of chicken. 2 pieces of chicken. 2 pieces of chicken. I'm rattled.
Make that chicken sound good. All right.
It's yummy.
Pissy chicken and kitty porn.
Stop
That's what I'm
it.
all about.
Come on, man. I'm going to feel bad now about this podcast. I was just trying to make a fucking joke.
More of those jokes back tomorrow. You all have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.